Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really jumping into something incredible. We're exploring the human mind, its imagination, and its power to, well, reshape reality,
Mm,
even against huge odds.
exactly. We'll be looking at things like radical resilience and also this idea of letting go of identities that hold us back.
Right. And our mission today, really, is to unpack how your inner world shapes your outer reality. We want to give you not just understanding, but, practical tools you can actually use for real transformation. Okay, let's dive in. The foundation for a lot of this comes from the life experiences of a man named Talib. So change doesn't start out there.
Nope, it starts in here by reprogramming that internal projector.
Okay, that's a challenge. Let's make this even more concrete. The source material gives a really powerful, real-world example. A listener named Wednesday, who called into a show.
Right, Wednesday's story is quite something.
She laid out some incredibly severe health issues, diabetes at 20, leading to blindness, kidney problems needing 8 years of dialysis.
Yeah, and cysts on her left kidney causing terrible pain, and even what the source is called the C word, likely cancer.
So she was facing surgery to remove her kidneys entirely, living on a machine until a transplant. And she was terrified, especially about the transplant source, and she specifically asked for help with her eyesight in her kidneys.
And this is where the practical advice comes in, directly applying that mind-body idea.
What was the advice?
She was given a very specific mental exercise, just 30 seconds long. Before sleep, she had to vividly create this internal scene. The scene was the doctor telling her everything has reversed. And she had to imagine her own reaction. Disbelief, joy, happiness, really feel it.
So capture the feeling, not just the image.
Exactly. Bring all the feelings. Capture that feeling of release. And the guidance was powerful. God is your own wonderful imagination. Use that creative faculty.
That really makes the idea of God or source very personal, very internal.
It does. And there was another fascinating insight given to her that you don't even see with your eyes, you see from inside of your mind.
So her blindness, in a way, could be an advantage for visualization.
Precisely. Because she wasn't distracted by the outside world, this was her chance, her moment to take control of that inner vision.
Were there other tools? Affirmations?
Oh, yes. Daily affirmations were key to keep impressing the new beliefs. Things like, every day in every way I am better, better and better. I have perfect vision. I have perfect hearing.
Simple, but repeated consistently.
And first thing in the morning, too, I am so grateful I'm breathing all of this abundant air. It's wonderful that miracles are happening for me now. And my vision is better and better and better every day.
So constantly reinforcing that desired reality.
Absolutely. And there was also a practical physical element, a ginger tea recipe.
Oh, yeah.
Simple, but something tangible. Skin and cut up 6 or 7 big pieces of ginger. Boil it in a gallon of water for about 2 hours until it reduces by a third. Then add another half gallon of water, simmer it, drink it through the day, maybe add some pure honey.
So a grounding physical action to support the mental work.
Right, empowering her on multiple levels.
And the results? Did it work?
Astonishingly quickly. Just 1 week later, Wednesday called back.
A week. What did she say?
She reported seeing bright lights. From a window, the sun, her vision was starting to return.
Wow, after years of blindness.
Yep. And she'd also started walking again. She'd been in a wheelchair, but now she was in outpatient rehab, actually walking.
That's incredible, the speed of it.
Her gratitude, her excitement, it was just pouring out. And she also shared something really touching.
What was that?
She could see her kids and family in her dreams. She hadn't seen their faces in waking life for 7 years, so this was a huge confirmation that the inner vision was active.
Amazing. So what does her rapid progress tell us? It wasn't just a technique, was it?
No, it really underscores the importance of letting go of resistance, letting go of doubt. Wednesday didn't just do the exercises, she allowed the possibility of healing. She stopped fighting it with skepticism.
How do you do that, though? How do you just let go of doubt when you're facing something so huge?
Well, another tool mentioned was the Sedona method. It's apparently a technique that's been around for about 30 years, lots of free resources online.
Okay, the Sedona method. How does it work?
The core practice is pretty simple. When a difficult feeling or doubt comes up, you first ask yourself, can you allow yourself to feel it? Just acknowledge it.
Okay, don't fight it.
Right. Then you ask, can I just let this go for right now? Even if it's just a tiny bit, not forever, just for now.
Hmm.
A gentle release.
Exactly. And there's a deeper layer, too, where you connect the feeling to underlying motivations like needing approval or control, security, or feeling separate or wanting oneness. And then you release that underlying drive.
And did Wednesday use this?
Apparently, yes. The source mentions she had a specific breakthrough using it, shifting from a feeling of needing control to a feeling of oneness. That shift seems to have cleared the way.
That shift from control to oneness, that feels really significant, like moving from constriction to possibility.
It does, doesn't it?
The key to all suffering is in your identity. Let your identity go.
Let your identity go. How is identity the key to all suffering? That sounds huge.
Well, think about it. This idea of transcending identity is central to Talib's work now. He argues that so much suffering in politics, religion, personal life, sexuality comes from the stories we tell ourselves and cling to.
Like, I am this race, or I am this political party, or even I am this trauma experience.
Exactly. Those labels, I am, they feel solid, they feel like us, but they can become prisons. They limit our potential, our connection.
So how do you let go of identity? It feels like who we are.
He suggests practices like ego drowning in meditation. You visualize sinking into an ocean, and as you sink, you consciously shed these identities, these labels, like layers of clothing. You emerge lighter.
Interesting visualization.
And the question for you, the listener, is what stories are you clinging to? What labels? I'm anxious, I'm not good enough, I'm unlucky. Ask yourself, who would I be without this story, without this label?
It's a powerful question.
He has this great line, you're not a noun, you're a verb. Stop being and start becoming.
I like that. Shifting from a fixed state to a flowing process, it ties into another pillar you mentioned, radical resilience.
Yes, turning trauma into fuel. Look at Talib, the drowning, the paralysis. He refused to let pain define him. Instead, he aimed to become flexible, like water adapting to a container.
So how does that translate practically for someone facing, say, failure or a setback?
It's about the reframe. Instead of asking, why me, ask, what is this teaching me? That simple shift turns an obstacle into a classroom.
Okay, final lesson.
And using tools for mental alchemy, like EFT tapping, emotional freedom techniques, gently tapping on meridian points while acknowledging the feeling.
How would that work with pain or fear?
You might tap while saying something like, even though I feel this fear, I accept myself. Or even reframing directly, like, this pain is my teacher. You acknowledge it, but you shift its meaning and your relationship to it.
So it's not about denying the pain, but transmuting it.
Exactly. Which leads us to Talib's broader mission now. It's not just his own journey anymore.
Right, he's coaching, making music, focused on redefining reality, where mind, music, and mastery collide.
Yeah, his coaching blends science, spirituality, somatic work. He uses specific techniques.
Like what?
Things like neural reprogramming, using NLP, neurolinguistic programming to reframe thought patterns. Also, the Silva method countdowns, which is a kind of self-hypnosis technique, to access deeper mental states.
Rewiring the subconscious.
Precisely. And energy activation, using Qigong breathwork to move stagnant energy, boost vitality, plus emotional liberation through things like EFT tapping and really harnessing the power of assumption, assuming the state of the wish fulfilled, like Wednesday did.
And this stuff works for his clients.
The reports are pretty impressive. Enhanced clarity, more emotional resilience, feeling like they have agency again, like they're back in the driver's seat of their lives. So maybe a final thought for you to ponder. If, as these sources strongly suggest, your reality truly is being pushed out from you,
Yeah.
what new reality would you dare to create starting tonight by fully believing it, fully embodying that feeling? And maybe just as important, what small identity, what old story could you let go of right now to make space for that future?